The concept of transforming and moving products from supply to consumer has been around for many centuries. There are many changes from previous centuries to the 20th century, of course. We now have a much better understanding of supply chain management. Our challenge now is to meet today's instant gratification generation's requirements. There are major developments in the digital world, to name a few.
Knowing the history of the supply chain is interesting and informative. Understanding what changes have been made over the decades and knowing what the future holds will help a company build an effective supply chain of their own. Firstly, a company needs to understand their own supply chain maturity because once they know which stage they're at, they can work on improvements. So, there are 4 stages of maturity. Stage 1, multiple dysfunction. Simply put, there is limited functionality in this environment. People protect their information and they don't share. There is often duplication of work, which wastes time.
Stage 2, a semi-functional enterprise. Here companies are creating a little more structure. However, there is still many manual processes and communication is still somewhat limited.
Stage 3, integrated enterprise. These companies have moved from manual systems to integrated processes. New products are introduced, the company has a handle on their inventory and understands their customers' demands. The integration is good, but it is limited to their internal supply chain processes.
Stage 4 is the extended enterprise. Here, technology is used to build collaborative relationships with supply chain partners. Information is shared and waste is reduced.
Some lessons that we can take away from some of the best supply chains in the world are: have the Chief Information Officer, the CIO, sit in on meetings. Why? Because technology plays a huge role in creating an efficient supply chain and the CIO needs to be actively involved.
Have collaborative supply chains, meaning 2 or more entities within the supply chain can make joint decisions.
Vertical integration. Companies can reduce supply chain conflict by owning levels in the business process such as supply, manufacturing and distribution.
Let's not forget virtual integration, such as the likes of Uber and Airbnb. These companies use the internet to supply a service to their customers.
Some businesses are similarly very successful because they're able to offer highly customizable products on a mass scale to meet their customers' demands. Look, this is also known as mass customization.
And of course, to have a successful supply chain, you need to effectively manage the flows of information, material and finances.
In order to successfully implement a supply chain, 4 critical areas need focus. 1. Internal staff. They are key stakeholders. All changes and processes must be communicated to them promptly.
Number 2. Schedule for success. Create and maintain realistic schedules. Poorly planned schedules are detrimental to implementation of a successful supply chain.
3. Choice of systems. It's important to choose the right system for the company. Should the system be cloud-based or on-site? Each choice has their own advantages and disadvantages.
Number 4. Supplier participation. Your suppliers are an extension of your business. Choose them wisely. There are many challenges facing supply chains. However, these can be dealt with as long as companies are willing to implement effective supply chains through focus on their people and systems. Thus, staying ahead of competitors and meeting customers' demands.